I'm no deserter. If there's work to be done, I'll see it through. But I understand, backwater job like this, far from home, farmed out to the Inquisition. Up to our ankles in shit, scratching at a big door. Now what's on the other side? More shit.
Bainbridge himself came down to secure the area and to track down deserters.
Lifts for official use only. If you want to pass, speak with Primus Bainbridge.
The pass is shut. The pass is shut.
The many-eyed god, the Dasha's pagan foe. Whatever it is you worship, Sirim. The Sayer, I think it's called? All the same, grown men playing make-believe. The god I worship spans 500,000 leagues and 200 islands. She's called Empire.
We knights parade about in our armor, flashing the broadsword in our scabbard. But have you seen the Madrigal? That's real power. She's got King Magnus's ear, and God has hers. The weak always speak the loudest, while those in charge need barely whisper.
Bainbridge himself came down to secure the area and to track down deserters.
Lifts for official use only. You can't speak with Primus Bainbridge.
You can hear it, can't you? Feel it in your feet as well. Not a moment too soon, if you ask me. None may pass, not even your kind, Serim. The Madrigal's divine work must not be disturbed. Although, I confess some of my men proved to be anything but. Fled rather than see their duty through. Stain on the Boleyn sigil. Now I have the Inquisition breathing down my neck, going on about heresy and devotion. I lost their trail in the caves to the west. Punish their cowardice, and I might step away from my post. Just to notify our friends in red, of course. We've lingered too long already on this backwater. My men grow hungry, sick, tired of stone. Not the Inquisitors, though. They seem to thrive off it. Whispering prayers around the fire pit's flames, cherishing their own suffering. Answer me this. If everyone's a martyr, then who's left to get anything done?
the ship off this wretched isle. That simple, eh? Hard part's already done.
You're going out.
So, justice caught up with the deserters. Fair enough. Saves me the trouble. I'll have my men strip the uniforms from those dogs. All cowards deserve to meet their maker naked. And I'll inform the Inquisition that my ranks have been sewn up tight. Consider my gaze averted.
To hear of the deserter's fate, I will inform the Madrigal.
We serve at her pleasure. I can assure you that any others will meet the same end.
No, we will salvation's door.
Discipline takes time. It's earned, not bought.
The born god disagrees. Discipline is forged. It is a tool molded in flame.
It will not happen again, I assure you.
And sometimes an effigy is needed. The weakness must burn, so the rest will kneel.
Speaker, the sigil of House Spillane is the phoenix, born of flame. You cannot burn what was born in the ashes. Please, I am a servant of the king. Curse you, God. The fire awaits us both.
In time, yes.
The many eyes.
The eye within. You do not belong here, unspoken. Nor do you deserve to bear witness to the fall of the heretic's gate. It is but a relic, dead on its feet, like you. Bainbridge was unworthy of God's embrace. Her quality perhaps you both share. Bainbridge was unworthy of God's embrace. Her quality perhaps you both share.
submits to God's will, the stone is weak as clay. See how it crumbles. It has no strength because it has no conviction.
Are you proud of your time here, Serum? Did you come to Sakra to serve frightened old men? I've known such men my whole life. Those who nurture their fear like a child, who talk for hours, who fill whole tomes explaining why the right thing to do is always nothing. I came from nothing. I was no one. All I ever had was purpose. I won't stand by as the people of Caelin perish. They will ask how God saved his faithful. And we will say, he brought down mountains. With many eyes you see my future. With many hands you protect my journey. With many eyes you see my future. With many hands, you protect my journey. With many eyes, you... hear them. I can. The voices of the city. The cobbler in Tennis Square setting up for the morning market. And the clerics singing at Moral Hall. The weaver humming to her loom. The horses in the stables where they're gone. All of them. The Vestals would always say the grace of God is like the sun on your face. There was a moment, this brief moment when I thought, I really thought, but no. I don't know where I'm meant to be if not right here. Leave me, Serum, before my keepers send you to the next life. Leave me, Serum, before my keepers send you to the next life.
The ocean wants in, Seren, and we are the wall.
Is this your doing, Seren?
Why would he care what that old man has to say?
Ellsworth will see us through.
The pestilence. threatens to swallow us all. Randolph's men report outbreaks all over Sacra. Alistair, please, if ever your wisdom was needed, it's now.
He was lucid before, I swear. But his mind is like the sun dipping in and out of the clouds. Sinew, husk, and marrow tamed, healed by fire, sickened by flame.
What does it mean?
Perhaps nothing. Or perhaps the plague carries its own death within it. If there's an answer, I fear we won't find it here. Far be it for me to command your efforts, Saren, but we've no one else. You must do what we cannot. Face the pestilence where it has taken deepest root. Our salvation may lie within.
Yes. For too long, the plague has twisted our own bodies against us. Let us return the favor.
And if you uncover any of the foul anatomy the Watcher wrote of, please bring it here. Perhaps it will awaken something within him.
You looked upon the holy city, or what was left of it, didn't you? I can see it in your eyes. Kaelin may be lost, but we aren't. Not yet. You looked upon the holy city, or what was left of it, didn't you? I can see it in your eyes. Kaelin may be lost, but we aren't. Not yet.
It is the strength of your kind. At first, I named the rookery. I wonder if only...
If only he would speak to me. I wish to be of service, to play my part in our preservation. Silence is deafening. There must be an answer here in the rookery. In one of these books or scrolls. I just need to look harder. I'll forgo food and sleep. I don't know which book. I don't know where to put my hands.
You looked upon the holy city. Kaelin may be lost, but we aren't.
We heard the ram fall silent, and then...
I don't belong on the wall. What happened to me? What are we to do?
Did you see those demons in the skies? So the Inquisition tore the gate open. Fools.
I've decided to temporarily suspend my campaign. In these turbulent times, we should look for steady, unchanging leadership. Governor Ellsworth, we thank you for your service and look forward to you surmounting these challenges. With the recent events regarding the Mountain Gate, I think it's best if I spend more time with my family. With the recent events...
They were everywhere.
I will protect the city.
Your duty is to sacrament. What's Ellsworth's plan? What steps are you taking to keep us safe? How will you defend the city?
Fair questions, all of them, deserving of answers.
Answers, I'm afraid, we're unable to provide. Above our station, you see.
With winged demons in the air and plague outbreaks afoot, it's easy to forget we have other duties.
Some stand guard atop the wall, while others guard against petty theft, or poaching, or vagrancy.
Different responsibilities, but equal.
Yes, on the horizon, drawing closer day by day. Do not fear, stranger. A Serim will soon arrive to save us. That's right. I hear the words and whispers beneath all things. The Seer tells me that you...
Like I always say, zealotry and prosperity never mix. Used to be the church understood its purpose. Expansion and influence under the banner of God. That was its only goal. This is why the great lords, such as myself, have always supported the church. Prosperity is the safest path to salvation. But these fanatics and their reckless devotion are tearing up the contract. What good did she think would come from destroying the gate? What wealth is there to be found in a city of the dead? I won't lose a single coin to that madrigal's ambition, thank you. No, no.
I miss home, but she don't miss me.
This island will be healed one stone at a time. I remember when the plague first reappeared on this island, Serim. I've seen more death and decay than you might think. Do you know what we must do when horrors fill the sky and the weak run in circles like lambs? We build, Serim. We build.
I should have been there. Not that I could have helped, but it's where I belong. If Marin falls, so should I.
So it's done. A few volunteers returned to the Vale to bury the dead. They said they never found Lara's body. Might sound strange, but I don't hate the beast. The plague hollowed it out, left only pain and fear. I'm glad we were supposed to gather game for the rights to honor our fallen. Instead, we just grew their ranks. If you see Reed, tell him to come home. He never returned from the lowlands. I think he's still searching for something of his daughter to bury.
What more proof do you need?
He's right, Serim. It's not too late. We can repent and be redeemed. I will try. And you should do the same.
The born god has countless eyes, and he turned every one of them away from the madrigal.
No good can come from these rabble-rousers and fanatics, whipping the public into an unruly frenzy.
Mary, have you heard? They say the pestilence is in the lowland meadows now.
Dear me. Soon enough we'll have horrid things cropping up right here in Sacrament.
What? You mean like a person with two heads on one body? Imagine that. These are my scissors.
No, these are my scissors.
is a bargain. I'm all for something that quickens your heartbeat. And God knows I'm fascinated by the varied and wondrous creatures of this world. But I could do without the monstrosities that gate unleashed.
Poison is just another word for overindulgence. Would you consider signing over to me, Serum, the rights to your remains? In case of death or dismemberment by those winged creatures, we wouldn't want your corpse to go to waste.
Sir, you can't just buy out all the vendors and then resell at twice the price.
Why not? It's my God-given right of commerce.
We've barely got enough to go around without someone trying to profit off recent calamities.
This city has become a boot on the neck of any entrepreneur. I demand an audience with your superior. I'll have you sacked.
Oh, that would be a dream come true. But with the winged brood loose from the gate, Randolph isn't letting anyone go. Mother says trying times make strong men. I think she just wanted me eaten up.
That's all. I confess my own mother could be quite demanding. Gone 6 years this month. A hateful, miserly woman. I miss her dreadfully.
Perhaps in these trying times, your wealth could be better spent aiding those with less, instead of striving for more.
If I wanted advice from a horse's ass, I'd strike up a conversation in the stables.
Perhaps in these...
If I wanted advice from a horse's ass, I'd strike up a conversation in the stables.
I heard about what happened at the gate. Fillmore says a smith with eyes anywhere but down at his anvil is a smith with flattened fingers. But he ain't got family in Marin Village, and I don't think he cares much for Odessa either. I wish the whole of the island could fit behind Sacrament's walls. Let's share a promise, Serum. I'll keep your blade sharp, and you keep our people safe. You swear it? Let's share a promise, Serum. I'll keep your blade sharp, and you keep our people safe. You swear it?
I don't know if I'm grateful you're here with us in these dark times, Serum, or if you're just another sign that times are getting darker.
Make the world your weapon.
And so it falls to us to know the darkness that our mothers and theirs did not. Chosen or cursed, it does not matter. Let us prove we are up to the task. My half-sister Sora was among the hunters killed in the Vale. We had not talked in quite some time. I can speak 100 incantations, speak fire into stone, speak ice into steel. But I cannot speak to her. Not. What's that? A letter from Sora? Please give it to me. Of course, Sora. I always will. Thank you, Serum. Here, it's not much, but take this.